Hello, partners, and welcome to Christmas in San Antonio. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things to do and things that you can do for Christmas in San Antonio. And the first thing we're going to start off with is at the Pearl Brewery. So, as you can see, the Pearl gets transformed for Christmas, which starts typically in about November, right? And is going to run through to January. They light it up. It's all kind of like a winter wonderland, all white lights all over the trees. They do a really fantastic job. It really puts you like right in the spirit. And then, of course, every time you go to the Pearl, whenever you're going to be checking out the lights, there's going to be plenty of food and drink options there as well. So that's something that you got to be sure that you're checking out while you're there. Don't just see the lights, but also check out the food. A few of my favorite places that you're going to see in there. Number one, Tenko Ramen. You can never go wrong. That's just going to be outstanding. The number two place is going to be a place called Mi Roti, and they have this fantastic Caribbean food. They just do a great job. You can always top that off with Lick ice cream, and that's just fabulous. If you've never had hot chocolate before with ice cream in it, that's just absolutely gourmet. You do not know what you're missing out on. Yes, it does get a little bit chilly out there as well, so it hits you just right. It's only about maybe 40 to 50 degrees outside, just jacket weather, so you can really tear it up. They just do a great job. If you want, you can also do your photos there. As you can see as well, it goes immediately down into the Riverwalk from the Pearl, so you'll just walk straight on down there. And that's kind of the entrance to the Riverwalk, and it does in fact go all the way downtown, and they do light it up all right there at the very end, with just like a beautiful scene. You can always take a photo if you'd like with your sweetheart or your kids, have that turn out really nice. You can walk all the way down to the main downtown. It's about a half mile at least, right? So it'll take you a little while, half mile to a mile, just depending on where you're going. It is a nice walk, and it's not going to be too hot, but you can also just drive down there as well. It's not a problem. Once you get to the Riverwalk, you can see, if you've never been to the Riverwalk, I highly recommend that. It's like my favorite thing to do. Definitely recommend going down there and checking out all the lights. They hang them from the trees literally right next to the Riverwalk. I know it's in COVID right now, but actually it's made it a little bit less busy than it normally is. You can see that they still have pretty much everything going. You still have the riverboat tour that you can jump on, and you can get a little detailed history of San Antonio and really get an amazing view of the lights from the water as well, so I highly recommend that. Keep in mind there's all kinds of restaurants and cafes you can stop at and eat on the water. You can see that we're eating churros and drinking coffee here. And the view is just fantastic. People will wave at you from the boats, everybody's just kind of having a great time. And you'll be able to tear up some good food. You can do that, or you can stop at full service restaurant. You can eat every kind of food you can imagine. Mexican food, barbecue, puffy tacos, highbrow foods, pretty much anything you could imagine. San Antonio is a great culinary center, and you can eat it all right there on the water, looking at the lights, looking at the boats, you know what I mean? Just enjoying the weather and taking it in. Riverwalk sets up typically around November 12th. It runs through January. So you can make sure that you're able to check that out then. And even right now, even after Christmas, it will still be up if you do miss that. If you're out of town for the holidays and you still want to go and check out those lights and that atmosphere, there's still plenty of time for that. It's up until January 4th. The third thing, and this one's a real big one for San Antonio, is Light the Way. That happens at the University of the Incarnate Word, and usually every year it's a really big lighting ceremony that they do sometime in November. It kind of varies, and they have, thousands of people show up to that every year, and food trucks and all kinds of different options. Obviously this year with COVID, that was all virtual, but the good news is that you can always drive through campus. You can get off. There are always props. All the organizations make something different each year, so you can check that out and so show some support for the school. And if you get tired of taking photos with those guys, you can always get down and take photos with some of the statues on campus. There are definitely some pretty famous ones. Other than that, though, you can definitely socially distanced enjoy the lights as well. Get out, take some photos again with your family. It's really nice this time of year, and just a great way to spend your Christmas here in San Antonio. So guys, that's my 3 top things that I would do for Christmas in San Antonio. And by all means, if you're thinking about getting outside, now is a great time. Enjoy the weather and enjoy the city.